Hello and welcome back to True Crime Guys Podcast. I'm your host, Michael, and me and Andy are freezing in here.
I'm here, Michael.
Whoa, watch out. Snowmageddon hit the south. Watch out, everybody. I'm just kidding. I don't want to downplay it. There were some people that lost power, a few states over. But they were telling us that we were all going to die, and we're fine again.
We are fine, people. I hope everybody else is fine around here. If you got hit with some ice and snow, I hope you're fine. The road's still pretty fine, but it was not the apocalypse that they threatened us with.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Which is good. I'm not mad about it. Some people get mad about it. I'm like, wait a minute. Are you mad that disaster didn't happen? Are you mad that you're not without power?
Listen, I prepped for it. Don't tease me, bro.
But it's like wearing a seatbelt and not getting in a car crash and then being mad.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, it's all right, guys. It's all about perspective.
Right, we're all good, though.
That's right. We made it through. But guys, before we get into this crazy alien abduction story, we did the Travis Dalton case, right?
Fire
Not that long
sky.
ago. Yeah, Fire in the Sky. And I got to thinking, I'm like, I wonder how many cases of missing persons have been blamed on UFOs. Or there's no other explanation than UFO. And I hate to say it, but this case today is a great candidate for that.
Right?
Like, seriously. But guys, before we get into it, please check out Patreon, patreon.com/truecrimeguys. It's a great way to support the show. Really, without Patreon, we wouldn't be able to do this show at all. There's a link right below the description of this episode. And on Patreon, you get access to literally every audio file we've ever made. And we've made hundreds, maybe thousands at this point. I'm really not sure. But the first 60 episodes of True Crime Guys, back when me and Lauren were still hosting, are available on Patreon in the vault. Again, that's patreon.com/truecrimeguys. You also get early ad-free episodes weekly. Mm-hmm. And some little bonus content.
With some bonus content, Michael.
Yeah, got to get that bonus content in there. It's a nice way to wind down after the case. So even when we have one that's hard to digest, me and Andy, we shoot the shit after the show for a little bit, for 20 minutes, and just kind of wind down.
Everyone likes a little extra.
That's right. A little extra. But today, we are talking about Todd Sees.
Todd sees what, Michael?
Todd sees something.
Okay.
He's seen something. Because this case happened in 2002. And basically, Todd went out to on a little hunting trip. Some people call it a hunting trip, but it wasn't hunting season, so let's call it a scouting trip.
Okay.
We don't want to make Todd a criminal when we have no evidence of that. Right? We don't want to get the game warden after him or anything.
Don't want the game wardens out there. That's a real crime right there.
Yeah, right. But either way, Todd was out scouting deer on his ATV when he disappeared. He was supposed to be home by noon, never showed up. So this whole search goes, and long story short, he's found 150 feet from his house.
Okay.
But his ATV was over a mile away.
Okay, so any footprints, any walks, or Michael?
We'll get into it, Andy. We will get into it. There is so much circumstantial evidence, and this case is so weird, including the picture that you guys are probably looking if you Googled it. Check out the only freaking picture on the internet of Todd Sees. He's like 14.
This guy did not like to be photographed.
I don't get that. That was so confusing when everybody's calling him a father. And so I'm like, wait a minute. Did the kid's father go missing, or did he? I'm like, oh, that is him. That's just 20 years ago.
Right. Like I said, this man did not like to be photographed, apparently.
Yeah, he died at 39. So.
Right. Okay.
But anyways, let's get into it, Andy.
Okay.
Is it drugs or dehydration? Is it a snake bite hallucination? Was it fate or was it murder? Can I take it a little further? Way outside the solar system, way beyond our earthly wisdom, beyond the confines of your faith, beyond the things believers are rules on.
All right, Andy. So let's get to know old Todd Sees and see if we can figure out what Todd saw.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'll see myself out.
All
That's
right,
the last time I'm going to do a grammar joke.
I know.
Maybe.
So, guys, if you haven't got the joke yet, his name is Todd Sees.
Yeah, Todd Sees.
Sees, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Not
we'll try
like
to get-
oceans.
we'll get the-
S-E-E-S.
Yes. We'll get these jokes out of the way first, guys.
There we go. But yeah, Todd Sees was just a regular guy for all intents and purposes. He was doing his best. He was 39 years old. Most people wouldn't glance twice at him, but yet his death has made him quite infamous. If you search Todd Sees, he's the most famous Todd Sees on the internet.
Oh, I believe so.
I'll give you that. And he's even been the subject of a couple movies, and it's because he was a father of 2 children. He was a Little League baseball coach and a known resident of Northumberland?
Northumberland.
Yeah, Northumberland County in Pennsylvania. And he lived in a town called Montour Ridge. Montour Ridge? Montour Ridge?
Montour Ridge.
I think it's Montour Ridge. People are probably screaming at us in Pennsylvania. It's Montour!
Montour.
Yeah. But he had the typical American family for all intents and purposes. But all that changed on August 2nd, 2002. God, it seems so long ago.
Right?
But it doesn't at the same time.
Over 20 years ago now.
When I see a 2 in front of the date, I'm like, that wasn't that long ago.
That's how time goes, Michael. We all think it wasn't that long ago.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
The 70s, Michael. They were
really
30 years
messes
ago,
you up,
Michael.
man. Yeah, I think. But no, Todd's home sat in a little rural area close to a river, which, Andy, you want to take a hack at that name?
Susquehanna?
Susquehanna. Nailed
Maybe?
it.
Yeah.
I like it. Sounds good. But Todd was a hunter. And on this day, the skies were clear, it was pretty cool out, and it was perfect for hunting or scouting because it was not hunting season.
Very strict laws about this.
That's right. There is in Pennsylvania because everybody hunted in this area of Pennsylvania as well. It's a pretty normal thing. But Todd left his home at 5 a.m. telling his wife that he'd be back sometime around noon. So he took off on his 4-wheeler trying to scout for deer. And that was the last time his family ever saw him because noon came and went and there was no sign of Todd. And obviously this was very unusual. So his wife reported her concerns to the police at around 2 p.m. that afternoon, and a search was organized. Now, that's kind of weird, right? It's weird that a search is organized for an able-bodied adult who really didn't go that far from his property.
Yeah. But again,
Well, they
this
don't know
is-
that yet, though.
Yes. This is 2002. I'm sure he's not answering his phone. So he's given, this is a pretty common thing for hikers and mountain people to
Yeah.
give a specific time that they are going to be back.
No
And
doubt.
if they are not back by that time, then somebody needs to alert the authorities.
Yeah.
But for it to be that quickly from he's not back by 12, search is organized by 2, that's
Yeah.
pretty fucking fast.
Right.
Like
and he
you-
probably didn't have his all-tech flip phone with him.
No, got that Nokia bitch.
But no, both local and state police and a bunch of volunteers from the community, it was over 200 people total, started looking for Todd on the mountain. However, Todd himself was nowhere to be found. But his son, Nick, knew the direction he usually took on his 4-wheeler. He usually followed this open trail of power lines. So he followed that trail, and sure enough, he found Todd's ATV. But still no sign of his father. So the police brought out tracker dogs where the ATV was to see if they could figure out what direction Todd went from the parked ATV, but the dogs could find nothing. Nothing. That is suspicious, dude, okay? So the ATV is a mile away from the house. If you ride a mile, I know it's not very long, but he probably let the ATV warm up, whatnot. He sat on it for a minute. But you ride a mile on that thing, there's going to be, exhaust fumes. There's going to be like the smell of that motor in your clothes fabrics. You know what I'm saying? Especially in like your pant legs
Yeah.
and whatnot. You're going to smell a hint of gasoline.
Yeah, a
You know what I
tracker
mean?
dog is going to be able to find you too.
Exactly.
At least catch a whiff of something.
I find that-
This is August. It's not like
Yeah, that's insane.
it's not in the middle of winter. He's not all bundled up in a bunch of different layers. It's like this is the middle of summer when he's out looking for this stuff. So it's
Exactly.
like he's pretty much he's got some exposure out there. This dog could find a scent if there was one to be found.
Exactly. But nothing was found, so they decided to call it off for that day and start again in the morning. So first thing the next day, they bring in divers to check the pond near Todd's home, but again, nothing was found. Until later that evening, the groups decided to, let's retrace our steps, let's just head back down, maybe we missed something. And there was an area around the pond, not in it on the outside, where they spotted something white about 20 feet from the water. They couldn't really tell what it was because there was so much like brush and just thick grass and stuff in that area. So it actually took a while for the firefighters to hack a way through all of this brush so they could get to him. And when they got there, they quickly realized that it was a body, and it was Todd. Todd had been found. His skin was very white. He was emaciated, but not bloated. So he was not in the water. And here's the kicker, just 150 feet from his home.
Ooh.
150 feet.
Yeah, that's a lot closer than that mile away that the ATV was.
Strange.
Right?
Why would you drive a mile on your ATV and start walking back? And where's all his clothes?
Yeah, and it's like he's right near the water, but he's not been in the water. He's not bloated. He didn't float over here and drown.
No.
So why?
And he was in full hunting gear, right? They find him in his underwear. He was in full hunting gear, and none of it was found near him.
Yeah, and not a trace anywhere could be found,
No.
correct?
No. So eyewitnesses from the rescue volunteers described his face as frozen in a look of utter horror or shock. I actually have, at the end of this episode, I have a written like testimony from one of these eyewitnesses who got to see the body. Ooh. They later wrote another report to a like UFO research team and told what he looked like and whatnot. So not a lot of people got to see the body. That's another one of the very suspicious things about this case.
Yeah, I can see why.
And they said there were no visible wounds, no bruises, just minor scrapes and scratches from the brush, right? So here's where things really get fishy, Andy, if you're not suspicious already. Just 30 minutes after the body is found, the FBI's there.
Okay.
In rural Pennsylvania for one man.
For a missing hunter who just happened to be gone for a day?
He's been gone 39 hours, not even 48. And the FBI's here.
And the FBI shows up. Okay.
Yeah. They took complete control of the investigation. Todd's wife was not even allowed to see the body.
No, okay.
Because she was told that toxicology tests need to be done, postmortem were required, and she'd get the body in 6 to 8 weeks.
That's okay. Then how? Usually they at least have to bring a family member in to identify the body.
Yeah,
They
did not. They did not allow that.
That's definitely starting to get some red flags popping up here and there.
Exactly. And the tests that were run on Todd revealed absolutely nothing. The cause of death remains a mystery to today. I think they put a cocaine overdose on his death certificate, though, out of nowhere. They had no grounds for that. There was nothing found.
Okay, yeah, again, he's found near the water, but not drowned. There's no impact. There's no signs of blunt force trauma. This is just a dead body just found 100 feet from his home.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, cocaine overdose. That's what I call.
Right. But check this out. There was one more discovery. One of Todd's boots were found. Okay?
Only one.
Just one. Now, the location is highly disputed. Okay? A lot of reports say it was found up a tree a mile from the ATV, 75 feet up a tree.
That's
and then the police report says it was found near the ATV. If it was found near the ATV, why wasn't it mentioned when the ATV was found?
Yeah, and why didn't the dog find it? Why wasn't that?
Exactly.
Because you would at least, if you're searching that close to the ATV, originally with 200 people,
The dog's going to find the boot.
somebody's going to find a boot if it's if it's close to the ATV.
Exactly. So the FBI got to work, right? So they started questioning everyone they could that was in the vicinity on the 2nd of August. Locals noted that in those few days after the discovery, there was a lot of activity with military helicopters around Montour Ridge in the days after the body. Okay. So I don't know why they're bringing in all these helicopters, again, for one missing hunter with no sign of cause of death.
Yeah. No signs of anything, right? Just a guy?
Signs of nothing.
Okay.
But eventually the FBI talked to a farmer who claimed to have seen a disc hovering above the tree line for about 10 minutes on that same morning. He claimed it stopped, a beam of light came down towards the ground. A few seconds later, a shape rose within the light, and it was the shape of a human being lifted upwards into the disc. I mean, it sounds like from a movie, but this is not the only report of this.
The reason that's in so many movies is because people have given reports of this.
Exactly. The light disappeared and the disc moved westwards and then upwards at just incredible speed.
Yeah, basically just disappeared up into the sky.
And he also mentioned that his horses were extremely nervous and unsettled for like the next 12 hours. They were running, they were sprinting around, they were neighing, just being untamable, really.
Damn, okay.
Yeah. And as I said, this farmer wasn't the only one with this story. On the other side of the mountain, nowhere near the farmer, there were 3 fishermen that had arrived back to shore on August 2nd with the same story. A story they thought no one would believe. The disc, the light, the human-shaped object being pulled into it, everything lined up.
Oh, a fisherman's tale, Michael. No one wants to believe a fisherman's tale.
Uh-huh. So the entire investigation only added more questions, dude. They had no idea what was going on here. The FBI removed the body without a coroner present, for one, okay, which is in violation of county law in Pennsylvania. No formal identification was ever carried out. No family member identified the body. ID was not on him.
No.
So even after the body was returned, the family was instructed not to open the casket as part of the conditions for release. And apparently they didn't.
Jeez.
Bro, I would have to crack the casket, right?
Oh, I'm fucking cracking.
My dad's in there, bro. I'm cracking the casket.
Right.
I'm seeing if he's really in there, for one.
Like, I'm not putting that casket in the ground until I have proof that body's in there.
The casket went in the ground.
That's ridiculous.
And nobody knows.
That is absolutely, like, you couldn't even bother to, nobody was curious enough. Nobody would break that law.
I think they were afraid.
I'm probably sure they were. It was
I
probably
think they
something
were
afraid.
afraid.
Like, I could see this being a threatening situation of like, you get this or you get nothing.
Yeah,
So take what you can get and shut up.
exactly. So as you can imagine, there are plenty of UFO sites, UFO research sites and whatnot, and some quite credible. You know what I'm saying? They're very interested in this case, and there is one witness statement that shows up quite a bit. And of course, the person decided to remain anonymous. I'm guessing it's one of the fishermen, possibly, or maybe it's one of the farmers, because there were other people, there were other farmers and ranchers and whatnot in that area that were questioned as well.
Yeah.
All said similar things, but this witness seems to know the Sees family.
Yeah. It says this one keeps saying it's a credible witness.
Yes,
So.
everywhere you see is credible witness. So I'm going to read this statement to you. It says, I live 2 miles from the location of the death of Todd Sees. I also live near someone that knew him well. There seems to be a lot of cover-up and misinformation surrounding this case. My friends worked with Todd Sees' father. I actually seen the body. The dogs, see, he could have been a volunteer that day when the body was found.
Yeah.
Because out of those people, there were a few that saw the body.
Yeah,
and if this guy knows the Seeds family, he would have been in on the search.
Some of those firemen who had to get up close to it, they had to cut through that brush to get to it and get the body out of that brush. Some people saw it.
Yep. He says the body was found on Monday night at 9 p.m. He was out in the heat and humidity for 39 and a half hours. He should have been swelling. There should have been swelling from the body gases at that time, but he was emaciated.
Yeah, that's a
sus.
huge sign.
Right?
No one becomes emaciated in 39 hours.
Unless this is crazy, but they're picked up, they're taken somewhere where time travels differently. You know what I'm saying? They spent a week maybe not being fed, but the bare minimum.
Yeah.
And then or maybe the aliens didn't feed them at all, and they were like, oh, fuck.
This one just died again.
Yeah, exactly. But it goes on to say the four-wheeler was at the top of the ridge. His body was found face down 75 to 100 feet from his house. I think it was officially 150 feet, but he's just estimating in the statement. He was wearing only his boxers. There was a spot on his right forehead that was showing signs of decay. Decay.
Just on one spot of his
Just one
forehead.
spot. Said the rest of his body was intact. And he appeared to be holding his throat.
Okay. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So another, because of this.
Cocaine overdose, people.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, because of this little statement, this Todd was holding his throat, you don't find this often. But I think it's what led to the theory of a bee sting. Okay. But guys, he gets stung by a bee. If he gets stung by 1,000 bees, why is the FBI there?
Yeah, why is the FBI there? Why can no one see the body? Why is everything so hush-hush and swept under the rug really
Right.
quickly? If there was signs of a snake bite, if he was allergic to something, his family would probably know that.
This is what's weird. This is why some people say snake bite, because there was a red rag tied around his right arm, and there was a dead rattlesnake beside him.
Okay, still.
But
where
no
are-
evidence of a snake bite. And you would think, like, if there's a rag tied around the arm, I'm going to check, south of the rag. Mm-hmm. Right? He obviously didn't want it to travel up his arm, and so they would have, but it's like, why is the snake dead?
Yeah, why is there a snake there unless it got...
But they took out each other?
Possibly, but still, where are all his clothes?
Bro, the beam of light probably fucked up the snake.
Yeah, picked
You know
up
what
the
I'm
snake
saying?
too.
We picked up the snake too. There's snakes in space, Morty. There's everything in space. I mean, come on.
Tired of all these snakes in this motherfucking space.
But it goes on to say, investigators expected to find puncture wounds from a snake bite, but they couldn't find any. If he had been snake bit, there'd be a good-sized blackened area of necrotic tissue surrounding the punctures. Also, he was a strong, athletic 38-year-old male. Rattlesnake venom would not have killed him before he got home and got to a hospital.
Yeah, he's not that far away. He's only a mile from his house. From the ATV.
Well, if he gets bit at the pond, he's 150 feet.
Yeah, I'm saying even if he got bit at the ATV.
He's only a mile.
He's only a mile away. So it's like, and if he's walking from the ATV, he knows how to get home. So it's not like he's lost out there.
Yep. He goes on to say there were two conflicting reports about the boot. He says the UFO report says it was in a tree. The police report says it's beside the four-wheeler. Why would he take off his shoe? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, why would he take off his shoe at the four-wheeler? He makes a great point. It's a very wooded area. It's a hard area to walk through without boots. And the road led straight back to his house. Why was he in the undergrowth?
Yeah, why would he take this path to get back home when he could just follow the exact same path that he came?
Again, none of his personal effects were, other than that boot, none of his personal effects were ever found. No keys, right? No wallet, no other articles of clothing. Like I said, this man was in full hunting get-up, camo vest, probably had a hat on, freaking glasses maybe, I don't know. But Todd's father told everyone that the family was told not to speak about it at all. They were all acting very strange. They had blank expressions. They seemed afraid and emotionless. So I don't know how you seem afraid and emotionless, but I get what he's saying. I kind of understand it. And Todd's father told this gentleman that they didn't know any more than the general public.
That's a bit strange. Usually the family would know a bit more than the general public does when a member of their family dies.
Exactly. But no one was called to identify the remains again. No one, not even Todd's wife, was ever allowed to view the body. There was a funeral. It was a closed coffin funeral. And even the family themselves later on came out and said that they doubt that there was a body in the coffin.
Like I said, I'm not putting a coffin in the ground until I am certain that there is something inside. It's just that whole idea of...
So, but what happened? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so the alien abduction thing is like almost the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah, cocaine overdose does
crazy.
not make sense. There's no cocaine in his system for him to go from going out hunting or going out scouting to be found emaciated less than 48 hours later, almost naked near his house.
It's like, okay, so he went on a cocaine binge, stripped down to almost naked, ran around in some brush, and then died?
Yeah.
Where's all his stuff?
Where's everything?
Y'all combed the whole mountain.
Yeah, you even looked in the river. You brought in you looked in the pond. You brought in divers.
It's funny. It's almost like the aliens when they were returning him. They were like, "Oh, just put him up. He lived under that body of water. Just drop him right there."
Yeah, we.
You know what I mean? They're like,
this area.
He was in this area. Just drop him right there. It'll be fine.
There's a house right over there.
That's probably his
That's
dwelling.
probably his house.
That's probably his dwelling.
We've been watching this guy for a while.
Posh.
I don't know why the aliens are posh. But yeah, it's because a lot of times a lot of these alien abduction stories, you have testimony from the abductee, but for this guy to be found like this, I don't know. You have multiple consisting reports of people seeing something pull a human-looking object from the ground into a disc in the sky and then take off into the sky.
And also, this is 2002, rural Pennsylvania. A lot of these people do not believe in UFOs. Much like here. If you bring up UFOs around here in rural North Carolina, people laugh. They joke about it. It's just a joke. Aliens are a joke.
Yeah, it's always been such a
It's
strange
like,
thing.
how do you guys not understand that could be a possibility at least?
Well, it's a lot of times here, especially in the South around here, you got a lot of
religion.
You got
Religion's gonna.
we're in the Bible
It explains that already.
yeah, why
Right.
would there be aliens? But like anywhere that people don't believe in aliens a little bit is always confusing to me. Just the notion it's like, well, if you believe that the Earth is round and you believe that space exists, then how do you not believe that there might be
It's like,
something
you know
else
how
out-
much space is out there?
Do you not believe how big space is? Does your mind have limits on space? Because space does not have those.
No, everything's in space.
Everything is in space, Morty.
Everything.
But no, I can't think of another logical explanation because of the fact there's no snake bites. There's no. If he was allergic to bees, his family would know. He would probably
Right.
have an EpiPen with him if he's
I
out
think it's
doing
funny
things like
that,
that.
I think it's funny that they didn't include the snake in the general report, like being found with the body or the arm being tied. It's kind of a big thing.
Right? And if there's no obvious snake bites, and again, they said there's one spot on his forehead that was
Yeah.
decaying. That seems very strange.
Check
Like,
this-
do you think the snake bit him on the forehead? But
Also,
still,
what kind of fabric was the red fabric? Was it a piece of his clothing, or was it something else? You know,
Yeah.
was it tested? I got so many freaking questions, dude. Because the aliens could have tied off his arm to get a blood sample. I mean, that's just basic knowledge. They got to figure that shit out. They're not stupid.
no. But the fact that again, they even everyone says he is a healthy, athletic 38 or 39-year-old man.
Yeah,
And when they find him, he is not that person anymore. That's a huge deal. The fact that he's clutching his throat. They say his face is like frozen in terror.
yeah.
But he's not. It's not like he was trying to get home. He's in the underbrush. He's almost hiding in there, or it's like where he was dropped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like that was his path to get back home. So I'm not. Even if he was having some drug-induced panic or whatever, the underbrush does not seem like the place to end up.
Also, if he was, dude, they would release that because it would be in their favor. Why would they? It doesn't do them any favors to say, nah, he was clean, nothing on the toxicology.
And it's like, yeah, you would rather, it's like, does the family not want the shame of it? But if the family is saying, we don't know any more than the general public, that's so strange. Like no one,
Yeah.
anytime a family member dies, you get those reports. You get to view the body. You get to see the reports. You talk to the coroner. You talk to the doctor. You talk to whoever is in charge of this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Whoever's in charge of that body, as the family, you get to talk to them. And you get to claim that body. You go to the funeral. All those things happen. If this was just a cocaine overdose, if this was just a allergic reaction to a bee sting or something like that, there's no reason for the secrecy.
No.
There's no reason for you can't view the body. There's no reason
Right.
for no one gets to see it for 6 to 8 weeks. There's
No reason for that.
there's no reason for the FBI to be there.
Right.
That is such a huge thing too. Why
Unless
is the
they
FBI
were
there?
already there. So check this out.
Unless they were already looking for something.
Yes, there is another theory that it's just my theory. I'm sure and I don't claim that I came up with it. I just something I thought of. I didn't see it anywhere else. But maybe that's why I entitled the episode "What Todd Saw." Maybe Todd stumbled upon something else. Maybe he stumbled upon a little FBI operation or experiment or something that was going on here that he wasn't supposed to see.
Mm-hmm.
He was disposed of, and his clothes and belongings were disposed of because they would carry evidence as to what happened.
What
You know what I
happened
mean?
to him, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because again, it doesn't explain like I said, the emaciation. Why he's dead, but showing signs of decomposition, but not bloating, not being dead.
That's
out
true.
in
It wouldn't
the,
explain
in the heat
that.
sun.
That's
But it's like if he stumbled into some government some government operation that the FBI was covering up, maybe it did something to his body that was speeding something up.
Oh, right.
That like why he was so thin, why he was fading, like why he looked
Yeah.
so emaciated. If the FBI was covering something up, some government test that he stumbled upon, yeah, that could be a fucking real theory right there.
Yeah.
Why they were already there, why there were military copters
Or-
floating around.
Or they're just tracking that type of energy, that type of interaction, and when they got, maybe this source, this UFO source showed up on their radar, right? At that exact time, and they were like, holy shit, wait, a guy went missing? At that same, we got to get there. We got to get there right now.
We got to find that guy first.
Yes.
So yeah, I can see these different theories of the government trying to cover something up, because obviously there's no reason for the FBI to be there. There's no reason for the FBI to be questioning people about this. This was a hunter.
That's the biggest thing. It's like, y'all showed your cards by showing up. If y'all would have just let the local police deal with this, it would just be some weird thing that we never talked about. But the fact that the FBI shows up is so telling.
There's something going on there for the FBI to show up that fast too. It's nobody called the
Remember,
FBI in. Nobody was like, "Hey, we need the feds on this."
This
one.
is not the disappearance of a child, even.
No.
Andy. This is an able-bodied adult on, for all intents and purposes, his own property, pretty
Yeah.
much. I mean, he's on public property, but it's the property he's been on forever.
Yeah, he's out on his own. He hasn't even been gone for 48 hours. This is literally
He's found in 39.
Yeah, this is not somebody who's even gone, who's been missing for 48 hours. This is not something that like, even detectives really get brought in on yet. This is still just, like I said, a local search was put together with volunteers and firefighters and shit.
If it wasn't for Todd's consistency, I don't think he would have got this type of local response. Like, just that 200 people showed up in less than 24 hours just goes to show what type of consistency and reputation he had in that community.
Yeah, and what type of community this is.
Yeah,
too.
it's like, they're like, people don't disappear here. Wait, what the hell?
Yeah, he just went out to look for some hunting areas, or he was out scouting some hunting area, but he didn't come back. Oh, something's happened.
Right.
We better go check this out. That doesn't happen around here.
Right. And it's like people say, well, maybe he stumbled upon some other hunter's area or whatever. It's like, then what'd he do? He shot him? Then where's the gunshot wound?
Yeah,
Where's all his stuff?
Yeah.
Why was he emaciated?
Yeah, there's no sign of death. There's no sign of foul play. That would be very obvious if he had stumbled across some poachers or some hunters that killed him. You would find some causes of death.
Exactly.
And
One of the most telling things is that his body is just further along than it could have been in that time. Mm-hmm. The man didn't leave his house 39 hours ago hungry, probably. You know what I'm saying? Like, he probably had snacks and water with him, too. It just... Where's all that stuff?
Where is
Don't make no
everything?
sense.
This man was
he expected
out.
to spend 7 hours out there.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
This man was gone. What, like, they didn't find, like, his wife calls in around 8 or 9 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like this man didn't leave starving to death. Like, just like you said, he wasn't leaving hungry. This man was prepared to be out there. Where is everything? Did you guys comb that lake as thoroughly as you thought you did?
How was there decay on his forehead already?
Only his forehead. Just one spot on the right of his forehead had like sign of decay, but no signs of bloating in the heat, no signs of swelling, and like the signs of the body.
And it definitely wasn't in the water.
Yeah. So he didn't drown.
And they still found nothing. Mm-hmm. You know, you would think, well, a body's found in the water. There goes all the evidence. But no, he wasn't found in the water.
And yeah, it's like, did you guys just give up searching for anything as soon as you found the body? Because apparently somebody found a boot.
Right.
But is that all? Why just one boot? And was it actually near the ATV? Or was it 75 feet in a tree somewhere?
Right. And I'll tell you something else, too, that would be extremely telling, right? So the area he was found in was very thick brush and grass, right? They said it took a while to cut through there to get to him. Was there a trail? There must not have been a trail to him, correct? And if there was not a trail to him, then how did a human dump the body there? Mm-hmm. Unless it via helicopter.
Unless it was from above, yeah.
Or a spaceship.
That's a good question, Michael, because it took the firefighters from the report like
It's like, right?
hours
So you
to
guys
cut
are
through?
telling me that it's like there ain't no other explanation other than he dropped straight down in there, because how would you, if you drug a body through there, imagine the packed down brush. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, a full grown man, if you're dragging him through that grass is going to be all laid down, dude, or even the shrubs, whatever. There ain't no way you're doing that.
Even if somebody's crawling through there, even if somebody's trying to get through there by themselves, there's still going to be a path that they have made to get through there, like just to crush all that brush to get through.
Here's another thing. If it's a human disposing of the body, why the hell didn't you throw him in the water?
Right.
He's 20 feet away. You drug him this far, somehow, miraculously, and not disturbed a damn brush, not disturbed a tree, whatever. But you don't put him in the water?
Yeah.
You brought him all this way?
Yeah, it's one of those things that they immediately think that he probably drowned, he probably got into the water, he's probably over. Oh, no, he's not. He didn't wash up on the shore.
No, he's dry.
Okay, what are we doing here? So yeah, you would think if someone murdered him, they're throwing him in the water.
Dude. That's why I picked this case. It's a brain scratcher. You have to give it that.
There is the fact that this case is pretty much only unanswered questions. There is there's no evidence, there's no body, there's no autopsy pictures, there's no nothing to give you
it's absurd.
conclusive evidence. So yeah, definitely a brain scratcher, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to lean towards the idea of this was an alien abduction. This was something that was not normal.
That's why I picked it. I was like, how many missing persons are tied to UFOs? Right? I started looking through them, and a lot of them just had too many alternate possibilities, you know. But this one, there's just not. You really start thinking about it, and if we don't even have that much information, I'm just going by the little bit of information we have, and it's like, if this is the case, guys, if this is not a government cover-up, I just feel like some high-tech company or something is the only thing that could have done something to this man. Maybe they took him, experimented with him, but then again, well, they could have dropped him from helicopter.
Mm-hmm. If there's military helicopters,
they really could have
floating around there for no reason.
It's also crazy that they spent a whole day searching from his house, between his house and the ATV, and didn't find him on the first day. Isn't that strange?
Yeah. And I mean, because, they said it was so deep in that underbrush that you couldn't really see it. They were really searching around the lake or around the pond.
Yeah.
And then they finally saw something like kind of pearly white deep in that underbrush.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, they were only searching for a few hours, I guess, for so many, or until the sun went down, I'm guessing, the first day. And then went back out to search the next day. But still, to only find him, 39 hours afterwards?
Yeah.
Not enough hours to be where he was.
I don't think so either.
No.
Like I said, it's far-fetched, but it seems like he was picked up and he spent a little more time somewhere else. Somewhere where, the time moves differently.
Maybe, Michael.
I ain't smart enough to explain it, but I know it's possible.
We aren't smart enough to actually explain the science behind this,
No.
but we believe it.
But I believe it.
I believe in the science.
Like I believe in the science of Oh My Gaia.
That's some science you can believe in, Michael.
Hey, I got proof.
I got proof.
Proof
is in the pudding.
Because Oh My Gaia is an innovative, all-natural deodorant, fragrance, and beard oil company specializing in paraben and aluminum-free products. And guys, you got to check them out at ohmygaia.com, ohmygaia.com. They have tons of scents to choose from, like vanilla, cherry almond, sandalwood, lavender, lemongrass, Egyptian musk, coconut, dreamsicle, leather, lumberjack. We even got our own scent, True Crimepine, which I'm very proud of. If you don't know where to start with some True Crimepine. It's always good to have in the collection. And because you're True Crime Guys listeners, you can use the code word Crimepine for 15% off your order. That's CRIMEPINE, no spaces, Crimepine, for 15% off your order at ohmygaia.com, ohmygaia.com. Don't forget that code word, guys. It'll save you big. Also, give them a follow at shop_ohmygaia on Instagram. Guys, please help support those who support us. We appreciate it very much. Speaking of, on Instagram and Facebook at True Crime Guys, give us a follow as well. It's getting tough out there on the old algorithms, man. All sites are asking for money now. Ain't that funny? All of a sudden, our posts are not being seen, and they're asking for money. I wonder if there's a correlation. Oh, gosh darn. But yeah, so guys, now more than ever, like the stuff you like, support the people you like on there, because algorithms are not helping small businesses anymore.
No, they are not.
No, they are not. But guys, thank you for listening. Please tell a friend. Like I said, send us a case suggestion. If you got one, you can send it at truecrimeguys@gmail.com. Or on Patreon, patreon.com/truecrimeguys. Best way to support the show. You can become a free patron on there and just see all the stuff that's available. Can't listen to it, obviously, but for just $3 a month, you can.
Yes, you can.
Hey, that's like half the price of Starbucks coffee now.
Right. It used to be such an easy sell.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, guys, patreon.com/truecrimeguys is the best way to support the show. We appreciate you guys so much for listening. And Andy, you got anything else?
I do not, Michael. Let's get out of this freezing studio.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week, I think, for headlines.
Yes, we will. Headlines and shenanigans, baby.
All right, guys. Keep on creeping.
Bye.